dealing with B2B clients, how to scale up your organic leads quickly, and to shorten the sales cycle. Hi, my name is Sasha Schreiber, and today I will read out one of the messages I received in my inbox at ask.sasha@nanos.ai. Let me just quickly find it here. Hi Sasha, we are a software company providing services for larger B2B clients. We mainly work with referrals, so someone would have to recommend us. It's usually our own clients who do so. Our service is very good and our clients are extremely satisfied. Most of them have been with us already for quite some time. We started out about 5 years ago. However, when we ask them to refer us to clients, although they promise to do so, unfortunately it doesn't happen often enough. Also, our sales cycle is very long. Sometimes it takes up to 6 months or a year from the moment we get in contact first with the prospective lead. It seems like this situation is stagnating. There is no way for us to scale up. This is the message that landed in my inbox at ask.sasha@nanos.ai. Although they didn't mention which industry this company is, I think most of you can very much relate to this question. You know your company is good, your pricing model works, the majority of your B2B clients are quite happy too, but how can you scale up? Here are 4 ways you could magnify your business with and shorten your sales cycle at the same time. Number 1, retargeting. I assume your website already has a very clear value proposition, clean design, and enough information about your B2B product or service. Let's say I'm visiting your website referred to me by an existing client. So I am your prospective customer and the decision maker with the buying power in the company I work for, maybe my CFO or accountant or someone from HR. I have somehow already made an opinion about your website and have a mutual connection by default because someone I trust introduced me to it. Now, what you ought to do is retarget me with visually appealing ads, which will remind me of your company next time I go to Google to search for a kitchen table or my Facebook newsfeed. If you don't retarget me, how will I be reminded about your services or product? If you don't hear from me, you'll have to pick up the phone, call the client who referred you to me, and ask them if they can remind me about you once more.
There are other ways, Frodo.
There is another way, a better way.
Way better, 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 way better, better, better.
This retargeting effort needs to be an ongoing daily and monthly process, as you need to remind the prospective client you exist through online advertising. You can start with a small budget of $150 to $300 monthly, which can be easily set up through Nanos or by going directly to Google or Facebook. Branding. That's number 2. I imagine that you have a great name for your company, and there is no other company which has a similar name that sounds like yours.
There's a perfect startup company name.
Microsoft, Cisco, eBay.
Nope.
Now consider running another long-term campaign on Google for just one keyword, the name of your company, but in multiple countries where you think you might have potential clients. This is the case for someone who has heard about your company and who should be able to quickly locate your website in the sea of other similar sounding companies. Depending on the number of countries you'd like to cover, count on another 100 to 500 a month spending on it. Again, it can be done through Nanos or by going to Google or other search engines directly. These 2 tips will help you shorten the sales cycle of your existing lead surprisingly well. Now, how you can scale up and get new clients without relying on personal referrals only? How about you develop a new way of acquiring more clients, now through organic reach? Next 2 tricks will help you significantly reaching that goal, but only if done consistently for a period of at least 4 or 5 months before you start seeing the first results. Number 3, build your storybox. Pick a few topics that you are personally interested and invested in and where you have a lot to say. If you think there is none, just start documenting what you do on a daily basis. For example, a phone call topic or conversation with your employee. You'd be amazed at how many topics will suddenly arise. Now write a few bullets for each topic and create a 1-page text. Here's your first article, which you post, attention, not on behalf of your company, but from your personal profile on LinkedIn and Twitter. There is one simple truth element, an axiom, which you should accept. People don't follow companies, they follow people. All the people who follow you personally are interested in what you have to say. As a result, they may also be interested in your product because you are the person who stands behind it and eventually sells it to them in the most natural way without actually selling it. Here's the key piece of advice. None of your stories should be a direct sales pitch. No one wants to read it as the internet is full of those. No one wants to receive direct in-message either. Hi, I'm such and such. I think your company is great and you are great. Please buy this from me because we are the best. LinkedIn social selling through direct messaging is dead, so as direct cold email selling.
Rest in peace, my friend.
Instead, tell your followers about topics you know and wonder about it, and do it consistently, and do not be afraid of being repetitive. So in the case someone important might have missed your story, they can stumble upon it sometime later. And number 4, once you created your first article, divide it into a few smaller messages, then make a short and visual deck out of it, or turn this article into a talking head video like this one. And post all of this every day, day by day. Never let your audience forget about you. Always remind them who you are, what you do, and why you do it. Are you camera shy? No problem. Just write. If you cannot write, then speak with images or scribble your ideas and give it to someone else who can quickly turn your notes into something your friend or your classmate from college actually wants to read in their free time. Define your personal social media profile to start with. If you run a B2B company, you personally ought to be on LinkedIn because this is where your clients are present. You might consider using Twitter in addition, and you can post on other platforms too. And the next one, animated video. Create a simple and straightforward animation video or live action video, or act yourself where you explain in the most natural, comprehensive way what is it exactly that you do as a product or a service. Imagine you're talking to your 8-year-old daughter or your grandfather. Would they understand what you're saying here?
I'm afraid I don't understand what you're talking about.
If you can't come up with anything useful, try to look at it as a role-play video. Here's Mike who has this problem. Mike comes to you as a company and you solve his problem faster, cheaper and better than anybody else. In this video, explain how you solved it and what Mike gets as a result thanks to your awesome product. This might sound like an easy task, but be sure to test the video several times with your grandparents or your hairdresser before pushing it live.
Only my hairdresser knows for sure.
Ask as many of your friends as possible who still don't know what your B2B tech does to see if they finally get it or have any questions. The video doesn't need to be expensive. Use freelancers from Fiverr or outsource it to a cheaper country or to a friend. If not convinced of the investment, draw it yourself. Take pictures of each drawing with your smartphone. Create a PowerPoint or keynote presentation from it, which you can then save as a video. Make sure the video has subtitles running by default, have a voiceover baked in as well, and make sure the overall length is no longer than 2 minutes. Place this video on your main landing page of your website. So now both your direct referrals and new organic leads will have a clear understanding of your business within 2 minutes. Make this video in a language most of your clients speak and add more languages down the road if needed. Now post this video from your personal accounts and repost it on all your company's social media accounts. This is to make sure that the message comes across multiple times and is clear. What is the product or service and who is it for? Use speech bubbles instead of subtitles to increase the interactiveness, and find a friendly sounding voice actor for a stronger effect.
What's up? What's up? What's up? That may not seem friendly.
A quick reminder, this video is different from your product walkthrough video, which is targeted at clients who are already interested and want to check your product further in depth. Obviously, all 4 strategies work particularly well if done all together and as ongoing practices. This means doing it continuously, day by day over the course of several months without a single break. If you have a question for me, write me an email at ask.sasha@nanos.ai. I'd be happy to answer any questions and give you advice on how to scale up and gain more clients for your business.